Hello footies, and thank you for joining us once again for FUT in Review, where we've been bringing you leading analysis and opinion on all things FIFA and EAFC since 2019. Today's show is proudly brought to you by FUTcoaching.com, your number one place for you to get better at FC24. Also, if you want to help support this show directly, please consider joining our Patreon at patreon.com/FUT in Review. You get a range of benefits, including exclusive merchandise, coaching discounts, and much, much more, including ad-free access to the show, which means you won't be hearing this very advertisement. However, we realise that times are tough, so simply leaving us a 5-star review wherever you listen to us would be greatly appreciated, as it helps the show grow. We'd also like to thank our Skybox holder, Peter, for his exceptional support. Now, let's get to today's show.
Hello footies and happy Ultimate Team birthday. On today's episode, which is episode 595, we'll look into the birthday content, which weirdly enough didn't get leaked. And the latest gameplay patch is also something we definitely have to dive into. Next to that, we've got the old mailbox to take a look at, and are FC coins made of chocolate? Find it out all in today's episode. My name is John, and I'm not making this show alone. With me are two legends. Let's start by introducing Mr. FC Database, who also celebrates his podcast birthday, because it was exactly 4 or 5 years ago. I actually forgot, but I think it's 4 years ago since we started this during FUT birthday, Ingve. So happy birthday, Ingve. How you doing, my friend?
Thank you, mate. Happy birthday to you too. I didn't remember that, but yeah, it's a fun fact actually. So pretty cool.
Yeah, it's been a while. But hey, well, let's look back when we reached the episode 600, shall we? In 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Also with us is, of course, another podcasting legend wearing green today, which isn't something he usually does. It is Mr. Blue himself, the FUT in Review teddy bear. It's none other than Chris McIntosh.
Hi mate, that is a scurrilous accusation. I am wearing black. There is absolutely zero green on me. There's no green in this house. We are slightly bruised after Rangers got put out by Benfica yesterday. I did say last week that Europe's not for everybody, certainly not for Celtic. It's clearly not for Rangers either. So a bit of disappointment from last night's result.
I know that feeling, mate. And of course I was kidding you about the green. I actually wanted to make a special FUT Review shirt that was green. And Chris, sort of said, if we make a green shirt, I'm quitting. So, but hey, how are you doing, my friend?
I'm good, mate. I'm good. Glad to be joining the celebrations this Friday. As you say, FUT birthday team is out. It's our birthday as well. And with 600 just around the corner, we'll be talking about our charity as well at the end of the show.
Yeah, the fun stuff is getting there. Let's talk about fun stuff, Ingwe. Do we want to talk about the patch first? Do you want to talk about the restart of the season? Do you want to talk about Norwegian servers? Or do you want to talk about FUT birthday and just dive into the content first?
We can do the content first, I think.
He leaves the fun part of the last part of the show. Smart podcaster you are.
Yep.
Let's take it away, my friend.
Yeah, we got some species, quite a few, both player and upgrades. Several players actually. There's a player pick for some promotion players. We have from one player from Luton, one from Sheffield United, and one from Burnley. So you can pick between one of those three. But all of them are 88 rated. Looks fairly priced at 35k. There's a Kingsley Coman SBC for around 790,000 coins. That's not the cheapest, of course. And we all know Kingsley Coman is one of the golden boys that EA likes to give special cards. I don't know how many he's got during the year. He's already had one versus Fire and Ice card. He has 2 informs already. But he is 5-star skill and 5-star weak foot. With a unique body type, which is really nice. And he got Rapid Plus and Ping Pass Plus as Playstyle, so it could be a fun card to use. And of course, he links to so many good players. He's French. He plays for Bayern Munich, France, Bundesliga, Harry Kane, and etc. etc. There's no problems finding him on good chem in your team at least. But of course, it's quite pricey when it's almost 790, 800,000 coins. So yeah,
I want to quickly though. So him and Insigne always get special cards. I don't know why specifically, but hey, let's not go into too much details. But when you give us a card, 5-star, it's bound to be a useful card, right?
usually, yeah.
So basically, you can pick any player in the world, make him 5-star, give him a boost, and he'd beat Golden for your team, right?
Yep.
Then why not a go?
That's what I've been talking about pretty much the whole year, like copy-paste players that I call them. I would prefer to see some new faces, but of course he's been a popular player in Ultimate Team, so that's kind of a little bit a birthday promo type of thing that you get back players that's been popular during the years as well. So there's that. Could be that's why we're getting him. Maybe we'll get lots of other former popular players as well. But I think when he has already quite a few cards, it's a little bit. It would be nicer to see something else than him. But it is what it is. Hopefully, we'll get some other fun stuff coming.
Not saying it's bad though, right? Just want to put
No, it's not bad. But EA have released something, information called EA Week 1 Ultimate Team Goodies information here. And of course, today is the Diego Jota host the Twitch for EA Sports FC. Tomorrow we get a Maya Yoshida SPC, and then we get a Claude Makelele SPC on Sunday. Monday we'll get a Juan Cuadrado, of course, a well-known player as well, SPC. Tuesday, Luis Openda SPC, twin SPC, so you can probably select between a 5-star weak foot or a 5-star skill moves version. And then we get on Wednesday Amin Harit SPC. I remember the year everybody got him pretty much every second pack when he was quite, I think it was around 82 or 83 rated then. Everybody got him almost all the time, and yeah, it was kind of a meme in the end. Thursday, March 21, it's a Grimaldo SPC. So that's for week 1, so I'm guessing we'll see a week 2 as well. But this is what EA have released of information so far, which is nice that they kind of let us know what to expect, so people can maybe save fodder if they want to go get one of those SPCs coming in the next days.
Yeah, which is different, right? I mean, we talk about what to expect. Normally, we know way in advance what we expect content-wise on the Friday.
Yeah,
that didn't happen some reason. Like, we usually get someone, of course, all the leakers and the channels and stuff as well, but usually during the week, someone sends me info as well, like, hey, this is what's coming. So I'm not a big fan of it, but it does help prepare a show sometimes. But now, until this afternoon, Ingve, nothing there as well. And EA is like, hey, no leaks, and we're going to tell you exactly what's going to happen in the next couple of days. Yeah. Are they fighting a war here, Chris?
Yeah, they're fighting back, let's be honest. So the Mirror, I think, didn't leak it. We'll be careful what we say here, because they actually put a statement out to say that they were an embargo, I think, till 12 p.m. And they released it at 1 o'clock, because I think a lot of people thought that the Mirror had actually leaked it. So I think that what they're doing is now going through traditional media, as we would call it, and not the leakers this time. So a bit of fighting back, which is actually fair, I think, to everybody on it. I mean, we hear of these Discords that have got these guys in there and they're making money off it because they're getting the leaks first. So we do hear that. But no, I'm all for it. Let's get it. It was great, actually, because I did look last night at our favourite leakers and see who's where. And I think Messi was there. But apart from that, there wasn't much else there. So it was actually good fun to see it this afternoon. And it gives you a chance to prepare as well. I think a lot of us kept our packs. I think the last promo, I don't know what you think, Ingve, but the last promo was a bit of a dud. It didn't actually really do anything for MD. There was some nice bonuses, SBC bonuses to get packs for FUT birthday or FC birthday, what we call it these days. So, no, I'm all for that, more for it. The sooner that they can actually stop this, the better.
Ingve, any thoughts on that?
Yeah, I prefer the kind of suspense building up to the start of a new promo. So I was really happy that I couldn't see leaks all over everywhere on the web either. So that kind of made me quite happy. So I'm hoping that this is something that will continue. If EA is gonna give it out to the news media in advance, it would be nice if it was maybe 1 hour before or something, not like half a day. But
that makes sense, though.
But it's better than knowing 4 days in advance what's coming, the whole team pretty much, and the ratings as well. So yeah, I'm getting a little bit hopeful that the leaks won't be as early as they have been, I think.
Anything to counter trading with coins right this year.
Yeah.
Oh, but it's cool. For me, I find it a fun start of the promo. What do you think of the card designing? Because I know you're a critical master on card designs, but this year have been, as you said last time, very much a hit on most promos.
Yeah, the card design is nice. I of course like the design of the Socrates SBC card as well. Card looks nice, design looks nice. Price is quite good, I think, at 1,650,000 coins. 5-star skin with 5-star weak foot, high medium work rates. The only thing I think is that he's only got one position, is central attacking midfielder as a position, but still possible to put him into a team without any big problems, of course. So incisive pass plus and technical plus. So he should feel quite decent, I guess, on the ball with those playstyles, and his passing should be really good. So it looks like
Also,
a really good card.
2 months on him.
Yeah,
to do
plenty of time to do it.
Right.
And
I mean, 6'4", tall and lean, ideal for midfield. Those long legs. I just had a quick look at his balance and agility, because you do need that. You know, he's got 85 balance, 85 agility. Might need to boost that a little bit. Pace, I'm not sure you need to worry too much about that. But then you look at ball control, 96, dribbling 93, composure 98. Got really good stamina, decent strength. Head and accuracy is fairly decent, and then you look at the passing's tremendous. If you were looking to potentially make his agility and balance better, Ingve, what kind of chemistry would you put on him?
If I was concentrating on making him more agile, I would go, I think, with the engine. But if I were, from what I see from the stats, I think I would maybe go with Hawk, because that makes him control lengthy as well. So that would make him use his long legs to full effect when running. And of course, it would boost his jumping to 78. It's not great, but since he's 6'4", he should be able to win quite a few headers as well. And his strength will be 89 and aggression 88, I think. Yeah, 86, sorry. And that should be a really good attacking midfielder card, I think.
Chris, you're a big fan of Socrates.
Always,
I love him.
I think. I love him, mate. I love him. I'm going to do him. I'm really disappointed. I was going to do the Zico card, and I'm sure our good friend Maris is not happy with me, but I just felt that the card that they put up at that time, there was too many good cards coming. The Zico had to be passed on. But this Socrates card, that will definitely do that one. 5-star, 6'4", tall and lean, fits completely into my team. I'm currently using Sawa in that position. Still use her yet. She's great for buzzing about. She gets everywhere impressed, but I think Socrates will be taking her place soon.
Ingve, does Socrates make your team?
I could probably squeeze him in as the one of the center mids, since I use 3 at the moment. So I think he could do a quite good job for my team. So I'll see what I can stack up with fodder during the week. Might just do one squad here, one squad there. So I think I should be able to unlock him, of course, within 2 months.
Yeah. I'm not sure, though. That's my issue when I look at this card. Chris talked about Zico. I wanted to do the Zico card, Chris, but then I packed the other Zico card, the 92 rated this week, which is very unlucky.
Sorry, John, I'm just going to stop you there. You dropped another name there. I've just picked it up for you because you're a right name dropper all the time. Zico, Team of the Year, Cristiano Ronaldo. What's he like? Total pack luck merchant. You know what I mean?
I am not going to lie. Like I said, this year I've been very lucky, right, with packs. I did one of the icon upgrades, and the first one I did got the 92 Zico from it. I was like, oh, guess I don't have to do the 91 SBC anymore. And that happened exactly with Zidane as well. I packed the 95. Well, wanted to do the 92 Zidane as well. But my midfield now is Gullit, 95 Zidane, Zico. And in front of there is Kaká, the 91 Thunderstruck rated. Yeah. In principle, this Socrates card is 5-star, so should be a tad better maybe than Kaká, but the difference is really negligible. It's just one stat here, 1 point there, then 5 in dribbling, less, 5 in strength, more. It's like, don't think it matters that much. And then 1.6 million is actually a bit much maybe for me. But I do appreciate this card being on the SBC, but it's no Marco van Basten, which we shouldn't have got.
No. But can I just mention one card that before we move on, because we'll probably talk about the big high-rated ones. But there's one card for me, Icons, that looks like it's really cheap. I think he's extinct at the moment, and that's Ruud the Dude van Nistelrooy.
Yes.
That looks a really great card, doesn't it?
We spoke about that, Ingve and myself, before we started the show. It's like finally a Ruud van Nistelrooy striker card. I mean, still get a little bit nauseous when I see him in goal, right? But this are a 5-star weak foot.
4-star skill moves, high attacking, low defensive.
Low defensive, exactly. This sort of looks like the player he actually was, with a power shot in the first touch, plus as well. 97 finishing, 90 composure. There's the other Dutch guy as well in the team, Bergkamp, which is extremely cheap. Ingve, I still don't get why he's so cheap. What's up with that, though?
I don't know. I just want to mention first, if you put a hawk on that Van Nistelrooy, he looks great, to be honest. And he's extinct at 290,000 coins, and that's super cheap for that card. So if you can snipe one of those before the range goes up, I think you can even make some coins if you, for some reason, shouldn't like the card. And as it comes to Dennis the Menace, I don't know why he's always cheap. I don't. Could be his body type, because I don't see any big faults. Maybe if you want to
96 composure, mate.
Yeah, I was going to say, if you're going to be extremely picky, it's the heading accuracy. But other than that, there's
Trivella plus.
There's I'm not a fan of that, but the rest looks really good. I really like the stats on him. Can start as a cam, center forward, and striker. So that's a bargain card, I guess. If you can choose the 5-star skill moves version or the 5-star weak foot version, then the stats are identical. So I don't think you can go wrong really with that card for that price. Good price.
I mean, it could be just the fact that he's Dutch, I suppose, puts people off. But
no, but Gullit is extinct, and so is Ruud. So I don't know if that's actually the issue there, man. Do we need to talk about the Gullit card, Ingve, or do you like it's the best card in the game? Let's skip him.
No, I think you can talk about it since you've studied it, I guess.
94 Ruud Gullit. 5-star, 5-star. High work rates. Unique body type, of course. This card has 92 composure on it himself. You can play him CM, cam. If you want to put him striker, sure, you play striker as well. Doesn't even matter. 95 shot, long shots, 97 shot power, unboosted, 90 acceleration, 91 sprint speed. This Gullit card is like the best card in the game, period. Like there's not one card get close to having this card in your team, in my honest opinion.
Maybe I should do some research here, John, to see if
you can compare. Like But he also has the
players there.
Playstyle Plus Finesse Shot, or the Finesse Shot Plus, and he has the Power Shot Plus. Plus, Chip Shot, Power Header, Incisive Pass, Pink Pass, Anticipate, Bruiser, Rapid, and Area. This card is basically does everything almost at max. I wouldn't even know if you give this card a Shadow, he's probably also almost a top defender.
Yeah, it's a top price as well, 7.6 millions and Extinct. I think you can probably expect him to go over 10 millions when that's adjusted.
Then even if we put him on 15, he'll be 15.
So he'll. I'm guessing the pros are ready to
snipe,
pick him up. Yeah.
Well, here's one for our listeners. Then here's our start sub sell for this week. Then a very easy one. Do you take this version of Ruud Gullit, Team of the Year Mbappe, or Team of the Year icon R9?
Gullit.
Ooh. I think I would take R9 because that's for me. I would start him. Yeah, I just love his cards. I already have the 89 rated Gullit, so he would have to put in the shift still. But I would do more damage, I think, with the R9 than that Gullit card. To be honest,
this Gullit card can't lose a header. Just putting it out there. This one can't lose a header.
No,
he replaces 3 CDMs.
So guys, if I think the R9, John, for me is the R9, so it's 2 against 1 at the moment. If our listeners are listening, which hopefully they are, otherwise I don't know what they're doing, but
else they can't really reply anyways.
I know, exactly, but hit us up on our socials, we'll put it up there. Our start sub sell for this week is a real juicy one. Is it this Gullit, is it R9, or is it Team of the Year Mbappe? Who is glitchy, let's be honest?
Yeah, sure. I mean, of course, right, R9 is best striker. I think Gullit is the best everything else. But even if you put R9 next to Gullit in a striker position, the difference isn't actually that big either. One though.
If you come up against those two, if you have those in your team, R9 and Ruud Gullit, you're not playing one game in this because everybody will quit.
Everyone will quit. Yeah.
Everyone will quit. The only people who won't quit will be pros, and hopefully you're that good a player, because I'll tell you something right now, if that came up against that team, that's a definite rage quit, that one.
I mean, I showed Ingve a picture of someone I played this week who had, he had like 9 Team of the Year players in his squad, Ingve, and 2 Team of the Year icons, right? Like Gullit, the Gullit below this, 93, I think. And he had Van der Sar in goal. The rest was all Team of the Year players. All bought from the market as well.
Wow.
Couldn't play, unfortunately, for him, though. But Gullit is a little bit slower. But basically, they max out similar. The composure on Gullit is actually higher than the 95 Ronaldo's composure.
It's...
Yeah, and just to, and I'm sorry to hog this, guys, but there is, you look at the Henry card, 94 rated striker, 1.9 million, which is relatively cheap in this version of the game.
Currently not available, though. He's already...
not available, but Ingve, anything you can see on that card that you think is he worth one? It definitely feels like me worth 1.9, but is there anything in that card that you'd tell people to be wary of, or is it just an absolute juice card?
Which card was that? I didn't catch
the Henry card.
The Henry card.
Mm-hmm. There's one version that's 5-star skimmers and one version that's 5-star weak foot, and I think he'll go higher. So I can't really... I can't see anything...
No, they're not on the market now, but with Finesse Shot Plus and Rapid Plus, combine that with the fact he's got 97 base card speed.
Yeah, he's got Rapid Plus as well, so he's going to blitz through, and he can play wide as well from the start. So, one of them is the 5-star skill moves one is 1.9 max range and extinct. The 5-star weak foot one is 3.8 and extinct. So I would go for the 1.9 and try to snipe him and maybe make some coins or just use it and have fun as well.
But I think we can all agree on that. The birthday team, the icons released, the content as well, the fact that it didn't got spoiled, is a pretty good start of this promo, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a very good start.
I've not seen you happy this week at all. like this, Ingve?
This is. I got a little bit excited when I saw that there were no leaks, and I was like really hopeful. So I'm really happy it lasted as long as it did. So I think that's great. Really, I hope it continues. So it looks like it's a fun start to the promo, I think.
Do you also know what will continue?
What will
This
continue?
show after this ad break. We'll be right back. Hello, everyone. No ads from us to make money this time. We want to give back. In honor of our 600th episode, we are publishing that on April the 2nd. We are giving away a special edition FUT in Review anniversary esports jersey. We'll give away 2 or 3 during the show itself, but we're also donating to the Macmillan Cancer Support, and we are aiming for the magical number of £600 or euros. We've added a link in the show notes where you can donate directly to the cause, and you'll see a list with all the donations so far. So you can be sure that's where we'll donate at the minimum. FUT Coaching will also do their part by donating directly from all sessions booked through futcoaching.com until April the 1st. So thank you for supporting us through 600 episodes of FUT in Review, and help us support the Macmillan Cancer Support by donating through the link in the notes. And we're back. Oh, such a good start to this Friday evening recordings. And then we also had a little break. What else do we need in life? I wouldn't know right now. We got pink cards. We got the icons, but Ingve, we also had a restart of the season.
Yes, we did. And of course, I have my opinions on that, as usual. We got some new and better rewards, which is nice. And the relegation thing, I'm guessing that's why you're trying to trick me to talk about that. We were relegated 1 division instead of 2. That's normal when there's a long season coming. Not too happy about that, but yeah, just have to go with the grind, losing 6, 7, 8 matches in a row and win one and then go again. That's what I don't like, but I would probably have lost some in Division 4 anyway. So
I think Chris is on your side though here.
Hope so.
Chris, what do you think? The change in the rivals, we got a new season, longer season again, Ingve, am I correct there?
Yeah, longer season.
So that's something I like. But we only dropped back 1, but we did get extra rewards. So what's your thoughts on that?
I had a quick look at it. I'll be honest with you, I'm a Division 5, Division 4 player. I won't get any higher, so I think I finished in Division 4. I'll steadily make my way up. I enjoy rivals, so I quite like the mode of the game more than any other. I found the Kolomoani card a bit strange. I know we do sometimes, self and Ingve, we tend to hit that level, the highest level, fairly quickly. So we've always got about a week. But then you actually look about how many games you've got to play, and it's only a 90 rated card. And then you see the cards out tonight. It already feels like that card's going to be obsolete by the time we get there. So I found that strange. They maybe tried something different, but the card at the end of the reward to me isn't good enough. That's a disappointment for me. I like the longer season. I thought last season was just too short. I was 5 levels short from getting to the end. I think I played 35 games in Rivals. I did pick up my bronze Tifo at the end of the season, which automatically straight away got flushed down the toilet. So no, I'm happy with it. I like Rivals. I enjoy it. I know a lot of guys don't. But for me, hopefully they bring back the Unlimited Cup. That would make my day.
Yeah, that would be nice. I just need to mention about the Kolomoani card. You'll unlock this birthday Bellerin at level 10, is it? I think, yeah. And then you unlock Weston McKennie at level 20. And you need an Insigne at level 30. So you need to use those players to unlock this Kolomoani card. So you need to keep them all until the end. You can't use them. You can, of course, use them in an SPC if you want to, but if you do that, you won't be able to unlock the Kolomoani. So you need to kind of stack those cards until the end, because the last objectives for Kolomoani is to play 15 matches, either in squad battles or Rivals or FUT Champs. And you need to have Ultimate Birthday Bellerin McKenny, and any version of the birthday insignia, because there's a one for 5-star Skillers and one for 5-star weak foot. So you need to have all three on the pitch for 15 matches to be able to get through the last level of unlocking Kolumani. So remember that.
Yeah, Chris is shaking his head. I was about to make a remark, but I think it's better that I put it safely into Chris' hands now.
15 matches, come on. I mean, this is like the early evolutions. I mean, who can be bothered for that? You know, you can pick up an evolutionary. I think I did Bernardo Silva. He's 92 rated, and he's more likely to get into my team than Kolo Muani, unless there's going to be something coming up. And we've talked about this before, tokens or whatever, or certain modes where you need certain type of players. But, you know, for me, I wouldn't even bother. You know, I was excited when I seen it. Kolo Muani, tall, again, striker. Has he got 5-star skill, 5-star weak foot, Ingve, or is it 5-star skills? I can't quite remember. But
5-star skill moves, if I'm not mistaken.
15 matches. I mean, come on, who's going to do that? That's just crazy.
That's just the last step. That's the last step.
That's the last step. You know, you might say, look, I might get there naturally. I might get there naturally, but 15 matches just to get this card. And I quickly rushed through the game last night to have a look, but I don't know. Does it end? Does the Kolomani end almost the same time as the season?
It's one of the last. It's level 30 for the Insignia card. So
so you're going to be quite close to the end of the season. I think it was 40 days or something that was on the
there's 40 levels though, but you need. I need almost 28,000 XP to unlock the Insignia card.
I mean, and then you got Insignia. Sorry, but
you know. But that's the thing is, if I like to complete everything, if I put these objectives up there, whether it's the cups or whatever, I like to do it. But come on, 15 matches this stage of game for a 90 card? No thanks.
Well, my biggest issue is what Ingve says is actually a very good remark, because I, for example, didn't realize that before Ingve told me.
You need to keep those players, You
need to keep those players, and that's something else. I think that's sort of, let's say you put one of them in SPC or you accidentally discard one. Or throw them away, which, hey, it all happened.
Many people just do the first objectives. Okay, I've done what I need to do with.
You don't look at number 30 before you start.
Yeah, and then you say, okay, now I used him. I've done the objectives. I don't need them more. I want to do this SPC. I need a card. Okay, I'll use Bellerin, and then whoops, then you can't. And then so be aware.
Yeah, they should. I think, honestly, make sure nobody could discard these cards or put them into the SPC. Just lock them until these objectives runs out. Because they're not that high rated that it would matter too much. But it also, the other way around is a really bad it's a really bad feeling, I think.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. But I
can't do it anymore now, by the way, for some reason.
But we also have another well-known player in the objectives that I just noticed, Mr. Falcao, a return of the Yes, we've seen him a few times during the years. 4-star skill moves, 5-star weak foot, so he's kind of the good old ones when he was extremely overpowered. High attacking, medium defensive work rates. Great jumping and heading accuracy, of course, finesse shot plus and power header plus, which fit the type of player he was. This is something I like. Very fast, very good finishing, 95 composure. And if you throw my favorite one here now, Hawk on him, looks really good as a target man, even though he's not tall, but he will outjump most defenders, I think, with the 98 jumping and 88 strength and 96 aggression. So he will win a lot of headers if you like to cross the ball as well. So could be a fun card.
If only he had his long hair, I might do this SBC. But
if he had
his objective, if he has his old hairstyle.
Oh, the long one.
Yeah, I don't think, for me, Falcao is the guy with long hair.
The Atletico Madrid one.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was insanely good. Yeah,
it's
quite easy to unlock. So
true, 88 rated though, so don't have to unlock him for that. I think for putting into something.
It might fit in an evolution later as well.
True.
Yeah.
No, that's true. Hey, everyone get like 2 Playstyle Plus these days. Did something happen with Playstyles this week, perhaps?
They were adjusted.
We were doing so well. We were so positive, and now we've hit the, you know what I mean, big roadblock ahead. Negativity detour needed. Yeah.
Is it negativity when? Well, I think it is might be another story of 2 versus 1 in this situation. Let me just go back to the news though. We got a new patch this week, Ingve.
Yep.
Late announcement, early pushed, was good as well. Honestly, I think. We don't get many changes during the year after a certain period. Like most of the time, March is like maybe the last we get. This was a significant update, significant change. Mostly focused on, hey, we got a lot of animations, faces, and those stuff in. But the biggest change there was Playstyles gameplay refresh.
Yeah.
Do you have the list in front of you, or shall I just take a shot at it? What I do remember, top of my mind.
I think you need to take a shot.
Thank you. I do think they changed a couple of things. I think the first one they changed was power header plus. When it was high and medium powered headers, they are now reduced speed. The relentless and relentless plus playstyles have been reduced, I think. Aerial plus is definitely got nerfed. And power shot plus as well, less speed on the power shots when you take them with players that have those. There were a couple of more things, some AI changes. I think it says players with lower composure, something you highlighted to me. Player with lower composure attributes are more likely to make mistakes when pressed. I think that change was specifically for playing against the AI, which is even if you press them real hard, even if they have 10 composure, it felt like they had 99 composure. I think that change was not necessarily on that. And if you're wondering, I think many people know, but if you're wondering what composure it is the amount of mistakes or how you deal with being pressured. So if someone gets close to a player, the composure stats sort of ups the risk of making a mistake. So if you have a low composure, the chance of getting a mistake, a bad pass, bad shot in while someone is getting close to the player you're controlling is what gets affected. So high composure makes it less likely you make a mistake when being pressed. And in this game where many people play a pressure tactic or high pressure, composure does really matter. But I think that change was an AI change only. Basically, a lot of playstyles got tuned down. A lot of playstyles plus got slightly tuned down, or sometimes even a little bit of a boost, I think. But Ingve and Chris, you guys didn't like it. And I got a very specific opinion about this, so you guys take it away first. Let's start with Ingve here.
I'm just felt that Playstyle wasn't the biggest problem at the moment. I've been struggling with connection lately, so I would prefer that was done something towards that, because I didn't get annoyed by the playstyles. Some of them were powered, yes, but didn't feel like something crazy, and I didn't feel that they needed to be adjusted. There were not anything that was like going in every time I faced it, so I didn't kind of notice that anything was wrong with them, if you can call it that. So you finally get used to the powers of those playstyles, and it feels like you have to kind of relearn how they work again, and it's a little bit tiring doing that over and over then during the game cycle. So I would understand if it was like you could shoot from midfield and every shot goes in type of adjustments needed, but kind of unnecessary, I think, for me at least, the way I play and where I play and the modes I play.
It's a fair point, and it's definitely an opinion that you very much describe perfectly, I think. Chris, what do you think? PlayStation has been, we'll close off with Mido, but...
For me, it's like, I mean, I know you do a Formula One podcast, John, don't you? And
Formula check 1... it out, by the way, F1 in Focus. Thanks for that one.
No problem. You know, and let's be honest, he only does it because of a Dutch world champion at the moment. But you look at it, Red Bull's car is dominant, isn't it? You know, I'm not a big, huge Formula One fan. I'm sure Max Verstappen is one of the best drivers in the world. He must be. But the car itself is something incredible, isn't it, compared to the rest? And it's like Mercedes upgrading their car and putting normal tyres on their Formula One car. This is what it feels like to me. We were just starting to really enjoy the game. Everyone was positive. There's all these different Playstyle pluses. You know, Ingve and I, we love the crossing. There's nothing better than the whip pass plus. You know, arcing that ball into the box, that beautiful curve, finding your striker in space, heads it in, goal. Doesn't stop somebody winning, but it's just a way we play. Last night I tried it. You know, 95 team of the year, Kachewi is crossing worse than MD. You know, there's a reason why I bought that card. I wanted it for that Playstyle Plus. And now I find that I've got it, it's a lot weaker. So I'm really sorry. For me, it's upgrading a Formula One car with normal standard tyres. It just does not work.
Also a fair point. I'm also afraid to go into these discussions now with two people that actually speak English much better than I do. But let's give it a try. So before I'll say what I'll quickly explain how playstyles are built up, right? So playstyles are an extra above the stats. So if you have 90 shooting, you have a good playstyle. Some shots you do actually have more curve. For example, the power shot. If you have a player with 90 shooting, 90 curve, and you have one with 90 shooting, 90 curve, but with playstyle finish shot plus, for example, the finesse style plus player will have way more curve than the other one, while stats are similar. Basically, it's sort of a modifier above on top of your stats. So that's how you gotta look at it. We said the power curve is taking a big leap over the last couple of weeks, where I, for example, did not change my team until I packed Zico last week. Did you remember I packed Zico? I packed Zico, so he came in my team. For anything else, and he replaced Kaka. But for anyone else, everyone and my team is still completely the same as it was with Christmas. Like, there's just no upgrades coming up. The only upgrades that are viable is when they apply playstyles on it. And like I said, then you get the story with the new Socrates. Oh, this one has 2 playstyle plus compared to the one with the 1 playstyle plus. Stats are sort of similar, but hey, the one with the 2 playstyle is actually a little bit better, of course, right? So I'll take the one with the 2 playstyle. We're heading into the team of the season where cards are needing to be better than ever, honestly, because else the whole promo will fall flat, right? And we're in a stage where if you have 99 rated players, not on every stat, but if you have a 99 rated shooting player, for example, and you give him finesse plus, and you give him, for example, area plus, that card would be plain broken. If you look at the content we get tonight, there are already cards that are getting towards that territory, and we're in March. So during the season, you almost, and I said this at the start of the years, by the way, as well, you always need, you need to tune back the effectiveness of these playstyle plus, especially when you give out 2 or 3 of already way stronger cards. Else you basically either break the game, you get cards that you can't keep up with, for example, too fast or too strong or too fast shooting. And there were some playstyles that were already getting on that high power limit. Power shot plus, for example, really efficient if you have someone that's good shooting and has power shot plus, was already very fast and very good and near unstoppable. Combine that with a player that has 99 shooting and 2 of those playstyles, which just plainly break the game. Does it devaluate the players you have, Chris, in your situation? Definitely. But during Team of the Season, all cards will be devaluated anyways, with all due respect, except the Team of the Year cards. Every single year that's happened. So when do you push out something like this? During Team like FUT Birthday, where players will be obtainable. You see the objective cards, you see the SBCs they already bring out. You give them all Playstyle Plus. You make sure the new cards are obtainable. Of course, you can't get everyone on the market. I totally get that. But there are plenty of cards already tonight on the first evening which are obtainable. And we know the SBCs that are coming. EA actually announced it. You tune back the power styles, the playstyles, but you give more playstyles to people while already getting the upgrade power on the power curve as well. It makes, for me, it made perfect sense. And for example, Area Plus was plain broken. There were tournaments that actually said you can't use any aerial plus playstyles. Ingve, Premier League was doing that as well, saying, please, shall we just agree on not using these cards because it's just unstoppable currently. This change made it so we can enjoy the new cards more. Yes, of course, there's a commercial part of it, because else no one would actually open packs anymore, because you would be in my boat where there's just nothing to upgrade. So why would you change it? But hey, the next defender that gets Anticipate Plus and that gets the, I don't know, Tackle Plus, for example, might actually replace that gold Virgil van Dijk now, because he doesn't have that, right? So in my opinion, it made perfect sense. The timing, terrific, just before players get obtainable as well. And I don't honestly get the issue. Yeah, you devaluate your current team, but hey, isn't this why we play the game, is to get new cards that are obtainable and build towards an even better team? And you know, when footies hits, everyone will have 3 Playstyle Plus anyways. And it makes sure that no cards are broken. I think this is... I was really happy to read it, because it's one of the times where they're actually on top of this instead of correcting it after it breaks. So I was actually a big fan of this change.
But I have a comment on that. For example, you talked about Haaland. For example, he was banned because he was so good in the air and things like that. I would rather see that Haaland call crushing Virgil van Dijk on a cross scoring goal than see 79 passes inside the box trying to find a cutback option for every single goal in the FC Pro tournaments showing live on Twitch. It's so boring to watch. I would rather see the El Tornado crosses and headers than the way the game is played now, with the 1,000 passes before anything happens. It's so boring. I can't sit and watch.
Well,
this is from a new neutral, maybe not as hardcore player and watcher of the esport. I would rather see a little bit different type of goals than one type all the time, running, passing, cutback goal.
So I totally agree with you on the esports side. But the reason why it got, some esporters said, please don't do it now anymore, was because they will use the thing that's the most effective tactic available. That's what the meta actually stands for, right? If that meta is hold the ball and go for the one-in touch and you score, that's what they're going to do. They're not playing to make it look good. They're playing to get the maximum result out of the game. If the crosses are too powerful, then the crosses are too powerful, and you'll see the different ways. So there's always something that is not what you want to see or what we want to see, or doesn't make it look attractive. But I'm afraid that's just what esport is. If you look at Formula One esports, for example, everyone will take the same lines always. Well, it's not even the lines they take in real Formula One, but hey, it works for them in the esports scene, so everyone does it anyways. And they don't care how bad it might look compared to real Formula One. But you forget that once we had, for example, the El Tornado crosses in FIFA, 19, what was it, with Zlatan, 99% of the team had Zlatan on top, and 99% of the players up top just was the only thing they kept doing is doing El Tornado cross, El Tornado cross, El Tornado cross. This time they're like, hey, if we don't change it now, that's all we're going to see is these crosses, or all we're going to see is this striker, which has the triple playstyle, or which has... This makes it so the non-esports scene is actually able to enjoy all the different styles of playing still.
Well, I would just say 3 things to that, John. First of all...
Just 3? You're taking it easy on me.
If Mbappe was to play Rangers wouldn't ask Mbappe to play in flippers, would they? And let's be honest, Mbappe's going to destroy Rangers defenders anytime he comes up against them, because he's a far better player. So Haaland, I've just looked at his price.
It's not Haaland specific.
No,
People
but
were putting in De Jong, for example.
Sorry, no, but I'm just going to mention Haaland, though. Haaland has got the Aerial Plus, the Team of the Year card.
Mm-hmm.
On the 10th of March, he was 12 million coins. He's now, 5 days later, under 10 million. So what we've done is we've taken cards that people can't obtain, and if people have been lucky enough to pack them, and say, really sorry, guys, but see that Haaland card, which should be absolutely brilliant. We don't ask him to play with lead in his boots. I mean, that guy can almost fly on the real-life pitch. We don't ask him to play with lead in his boots. And so that these people who have Haaland, luckily to pack him, or maybe got him untradeable, whatever, are now left in a situation where there's 3 million wiped off that card. That's unfair. Yeah. And then when you mentioned those playstyles that have been nerfed, I didn't hear any defensive playstyles being nerfed there. I could be wrong. I'm happy to, if I am, hold my hands up, because the way the game feels at the moment is high pressure bounce backs. That's what I felt last night playing the game. And then, as I say, the crossing, which Ingve and I love to do, and we play, and as you said last week, John, we were on, that you wouldn't cross because you feel it's easy to get counter-attacked. There's two styles of play, though, in this game that were working quite well for people. So we weren't going back to drop back and, high pressure. People could play the game how they wanted, but actually, see this way this has went, it feels a little bit off.
Okay, I got 2 counterpoints on that as well. One, last year, check every single Team of the Year card. It dropped during FUT Birthday. It definitely drops during Team of the Season. And yes, this community will always panic when a nerf comes to something that might affect them. They sell up, so the price drops. We've seen it happen before, even when they didn't make a mistake. The other thing is, they didn't tune it all down. They made it a little bit less effective, but you can still cross to Haaland. You can still score. I'd still take an Mbappe over any striker I currently have in my team because they're still good. They're just not going to be good until the end of the year anymore because the new cards come in. They're still the best cards available. That didn't change. The only thing is, if pro players use a Player of the Month the Young SBC card on their bench to toss in the last 20 minutes of the game to make sure they get an extra goal in, then you know it's broken.
But then John, then that comes back to the old adage in football, stop the cross. You hear it all the time, don't you? You hear it all the time, stop the cross, stop the cross. Don't let the cross come into the box because players like De Jong, players like Haaland and whoever are great in the air. So you always hear it, don't let the cross come in, So that's a thing in football. You don't let the cross come in. You actually stop it at source. You win the ball at source and stop it from coming in. And then just on another point there is this idea that Team of the Season cards have to have 3 playstyles.
I don't know if they have, right? I think
the
they will get more
have,
playstyles. But you can see tonight on Footies, most of them too already.
Yeah, but the problem I've got with that, John, is we have spent a lot of hype, a lot of packs. People spent a lot of money to get these Team of the Year cards. Team of the Year cards should always be the premier cards in this game. Team of the Season cards should always be a little bit underneath. So unless they're going to add a third playstyle to these cards, which they won't do, let's be honest, if they bring Team of the Season cards out with 3 playstyles, I'm sorry, that is really poor.
And I think that's a fair opinion to have. I differ from that opinion because of the fact that I think if cards in December are the strongest card that are available during the whole year while you play this game all the way to August, or let's say July, I think that's been a flaw in the game forever. And I've said that before as well. I shouldn't be able to pack Ronaldo and have him in my team for the next 500 matches or Benzema for the next 500 or 1,000 matches, while even footies cards are not good enough for me to replace any of them. I mean, it's fine for me. I enjoy having those cards in, and I'm not someone that actually cares about too much. I just want to play the game. I just want to play football. That's it. But if you pack a card, you're happy at that moment, but you're also done for the rest of the year. I think this year around they might change that a little bit. And I don't necessarily think that's bad as long, and that's my biggest issue, as long as to make sure that there are players, alternatives available or obtainable. And I think some of the prices on the market make sure that is not the case. And with these changes, you see a lot of EAs this year is let's try it this way. Let's see how that works out. So I do think it's sort of a trial and error thing. They're trying on most things, if it's content, if it's gameplay wise or anything there. But what I do think is because of this change, I think they didn't break anything. I still score crosses. We played lots of co-op yesterday. Cross is still definitely viable. Just not going to get overpowered. And I think that's a good thing. And the main reason why you're now, I'm not even saying complain, that's a too negative word, why you're concerned about this is because we weren't on the stage yet. It was all the time broken. So I actually applaud EA, and they should have put that in the patch notes. I think if they started the patch notes with, hey, listen, we got some playstyles which needed tuning because we are intending to put out higher rated cards or better cards, which might break the game if we don't do it. Everyone was happy with it. I think the way they now do it is to make sure it's not getting broken, which is the best thing they've done for years, gameplay-wise. They're actually on top of being on the changes. And I feel like I know I'll get called EA shield and all those things for this. But be glad we're not playing a broken, overpowered meta this year. Because we're not. We're not. True balls, partial team press, definitely effective to defend. Cutbacks, definitely effective to ball. When it's getting hard, when you play all those Team of the Year players, then that's what you see in the pro level, then they will get one in. But we're also talking about the best 30 players in the world. We don't play them usually. I have to coach one of them this weekend, which is the ball game from the 50 I did this week in total, right? It takes 5 times as much time. You can't even compare it. The game isn't built for those type of players, those type of talents, quite honestly. But for all the others, it sounds like they nerfed it too early. My bet is we should be happy they did it right now, because else during the team of the season, you get someone that says, hey, everyone should just play 3-5-2, for example, and everyone should take those 2 aerial plus players. Everyone should use those whip cross players plus and just cross the ball because you score 80% of the time. And that will change people harder away to experience that than feeling that something changed over a couple of days while you have players available. That can make up for that.
But we've already had a meta this whole cycle, and that is the high press. And we've been crying out for it to get nerfed, and the stamina drain, etc., is back. Especially with these Team of the Year cards or these cards with higher stamina. It's back again. That's what I felt.
No, that's why they did improve Tiki Taka this week, and they did improve Press Proven this week as well. But they got a boost.
But the thing is, they've left this has been the main complaint for most people in this game, hasn't it? Is the high pressure game. People have been crying out for the fact that it should be nerfed. That there's no stamina drain. I mean, Simon. There's
more stamina. They also changed that this week, Chris. Like, with all due respect, they changed the playstyles that capture stamina on halftime. They changed both of them as well.
But John, I'm telling you, the games that I'm playing.
But with all due respect, you're playing on a level where it's the most effective tactic available on that level. But it is very much beatable. Mm-hmm. And it's no disrespect for the level you're playing at. But it's like, you don't watch the pro tournaments in this weekend. You won't see it there. It just won't happen. Because it gets punished too easily.
What we'll say, John, is though, you have to understand is you're a pink elephant, right? Right? You're unique in your skill level. There's more grey elephants like myself in the circus than the pink elephant that you are. So actually, I get what you're saying, but as you say, how many pros is there compared to the actual number of players there is, right? So you guys are the tip of the spear. I'm at the back where the guy throws it, and there's more of me there, right? So there's more guys like me, and there's less of you, and that's a big compliment, mate. So I'm not being smart when I say that. That's a compliment I'm giving you, because you are a great player, right? So there's guys like me who are playing the game and struggle with the high press, and so guys like me, more of me, are saying, well, if high press is going to cause me a problem, let's go play something else. And this is what we've talked about all season with this high pressure driving people away, because we don't want to play 5 or 6 plays of passing the ball around the back till you finally get out the press, because it's draining and it's tiring. We want to play attacking, vertical football, enjoyable football, and that's what we want, is to see that, this tiki-taka that Barcelona played. Yeah, they were a great team, but actually were they wonderful to watch? You look at the likes of, some of the real attacking teams. They're fun to watch. I mean, Simon would say, Ange Ball, he loves it. I understand why they love it. And it used to be, and that's what the Celtic play. They played, if you could hold Celtic to 60 minutes, you had a really good chance of beating them, which is a hard thing to do because they were a really good team at the time. But it was a hard thing to do. But it actually was a drain on their stamina, and that was real life football. The 2 or 3 teams I played last night, high pressure. I looked at 75, 60 minutes. I thought, these guys are going to be tired. And I looked at their stamina bar. It was just fine. And that's my problem with it.
And I'm not saying I don't get that point. Let's put it out there. Like, we coach players, and I don't even think I'm on that high of a level. Let's put that out there as well. I'm just not so bothered by pressure, because when people in this game apply pressure, and there are not elite players, they always leave gaps in behind. So there's plenty of space to go around it, pass behind it, get through, or count your way through it. And I've shown like last night, I've shown I recorded a match, and I will put it on the Discord for someone was applying pressure up in Div 2. We were playing for promotion to Div 1, applying pressure, just lay the ball back to the keeper, open up on the other side, counter. I won 10-1. And that guy was out of a god squad. But his only tactic was try to get the ball off my defenders by pressuring. I think it's something in the game which makes it hard to tune right now, because you can't give people less stamina because everyone's getting 99 stamina at this phase of the game. So that's hard to tune. You can't put the stamina less drain even higher currently, because that will break all the other cards that don't have 99 stamina, which is the thing. Only thing you can do is apply that modifier, which are the 2 stamina applying playstyles, which they did tune back now as well. And how that actually and what they also did is they applied a bonus on both playstyles that give you control midfield, like the tiki-taka and the press proven ones. I think that's the last tune of the dial which they could actually make this year. And I think that's honestly all we can still expect so far. And I do get that it's frustrating to play against, but I also get the fact that they can't really change that without slowing the game down or looking at AI movement, for example, this year. And you're in a phase of the game where that's not actually a possibility. That's why I said I think most of the things they do this year, like Playstyle, is completely new for everyone, also for EA. And they're actually on top of it by trying to dial on those different dials. I think more than ever, in all honesty. And I feel like I'm defending EA, but that's actually not what I'm trying to do here. I think they're trying more things to do than ever, so we can have a better start, a better curve, and a better balance even next year. Because, to be fair, this game is the best balanced FIFA we've had in maybe even a decade, if I'm quite honest. Because there is no overpowered thing available for everyone, which we always had. This is the way to score. This is the formation to play. This is the way to defend or whatever. That's just not the matter this year. That's like pros play a different game than everyone else does currently. That's also never happened because everyone else could play that same type of game. So I think they're doing the right things, but I do get the fact that it's not the right things for everyone all the time. But I am, for one, happy they are trying to change these things. And it makes me, we talked about the halfway point to FC 25 this week as well on the other show. It makes me sort of hopeful that they are actually looking into gameplay things, instead of just turning things off. They could also drop all the playstyles or disable it, which they also did at the start of the year when they couldn't fix it. So I'd like to see this on a positive note. And I do get the point that people say, hey, stamina, but there's also things you just simply can't change all the way, or you can't do 180 halfway through the year. I do get that as well. And I'm not saying I don't get your points. I actually do. Maybe I'm a little bit stubborn saying I think there's plenty of things to counter those things you say. But that's also maybe because I only do gameplay things. Could also be, right? Or maybe it's because I look at the game differently from also a developer perspective, maybe. But I quite like it, what they changed so far, and I'm happy they did it. And I think the timing has been perfect. But I think that's good for this show as well. We can have two different, you guys are very much aligned, different opinions about this, and we actually try to talk about it like adults.
Mm-hmm. No, I agree. And let's be honest, hopefully our listeners have enjoyed that, and they'll have opinions as well. And as I say,
don't spam my DMs today, guys. Let
us know. Let us know what you think. And if you really enjoy this sort of chat, then there's a great place to come, and that's to join our Discord. It's free to join, and this is the kind of conversations that we have in there regular. It is a very respectful debate, but there is debate to be had, and people can put their points across. And Simon, who's in our Discord, he's put some stuff up there today. Tonight, listen to the show, so you get that as well. You get to listen free to the show. So, that's it for us. We love to chat about the game. We love the game. This is why we do the show. And if you love the game and you enjoy listening to this, come and join the Discord.
Appreciate that saying. Ingve, I do have two questions for you left, mate. We're running a long show tonight, I know. Bankai asked, what do you believe is the appropriate record a person should be getting in the right Rivals division? For instance, if you're winning 1 out of 2, is that your appropriate division? Or is it wrong to then make sure you don't go up a division if you don't have 1 in 2 or 2 in 3 winning record? don't go into the formats. We might do a special show about how they can change rivals. I think we discussed that this morning. We have a whole plan laying, which we could give to EA. But what do you think? What is a good balance for win percentage? Someone in rivals.
It's difficult. 1 and 2, then I think maybe you're in the right division or close to maximum. 2 and 3, then you're kind of close to being too good for that division, I think.
No, I think I feel similar. If you hit 50%, you're already on the high side, on the better side of the region. I think compare and having draws in it, I think if you win 50% of the time, you'll be up in elite. You win if you get 50% wins in total, you get up to elite. So if you're on the 40%, say you win 4 out of 10, you're probably in a too high division. And if you win 6 out of 10, you're probably in too high division. It's sort of, but the 10 matches is a little bit of a weird way of looking at it. It's, but with the draws, it also makes it a little hard because, for example, yesterday I played 15 games. I won 11, but drew 4. And actually, if you draw in the wrong time on that 15 matches, you actually won't get up that much from those 15 either. So it's a bit hard. If you lose 90%, you're probably too high, though. Mm-hmm. He also asked how much does a price for a player decide if you want to try then?
What did you say?
He says, how much does the price of a player decide if you will try them? For example, Ato was only 500k, so I thought he can't be that elite. Then I recently packed him and he's crazy. Well, we talked about our coins made of chocolate. Do you have a limit where you're like, I want to try this player for this amount? Or are you like, coins are just for opening?
If I can afford a player, I'll check the market and see how what price it's been going for the last days, if it's or weeks, if it's been on the market for a while, or if it's a new player, then it's a little bit of a gamble, I know. But if I really want to use a player in, for example, in FUT Champs, I just buy him, finish the matches, sell him, and then rebuy him later. If he's gone too high, I'll try a different player that I can afford. So if I'm afraid of losing coins, then I just buy, try, sell, and then buy when I want to try again. If I don't care, I just like the player. I just say, okay, this is a good price for me. I'm happy with that. I'll buy it. And if I lose coins, I lose coins. That's life.
Definitely. That's a good point. Chris, anything to add on that?
I just like the fact, and I have to be fair to EA, that the last cup they had, it was 87 rated squad, wasn't it? Or something like that, 86 rated squad. I enjoy that. I think more of that mode will allow us to use different players. I think me particularly, I go for a certain type of player, and that's the ones I'll use. But I bet there's a lot of good players out there that I'd like to try, And I think
Bergkamp. What?
Well, maybe Bergkamp, Ruud van Nistelrooy was another one, but for me, he's always
he's not obtainable, so
unfortunately at the moment. But that's what I would like to see. I'd like to see EA bring in more sort of restricted cups and that. And to be fair to EA, they were really generous. They have been extremely generous in the last, 2 or 3 months potentially since Team of the Year. I think they were stung by the criticism of Team of the Year. I think a lot of people felt that it wasn't a very great promo for people. It was the pack weight was terrible. People weren't getting many cards. We had Messi gay. I think since then, what we've seen is EA have raised their game from that point of view. So please, EA, if you're listening, we know you do. How about some more restricted modes?
That's cool, though. Last question, Ingve. It's a hard one to answer, so if you think it's too much, we'll answer them in the community. I'll come back to it. Waterman says, I got bored very quickly and like to try different things often. Are there any default instructions that must be changed when trying out a new formation? For instance, in a midfield 3 formation, all mids are on cover. Wing should one be changed? Essentially, are there any default instructions and tactics that set you up for failure?
Yeah, I think if you just go with the one set, basically, when choosing a formation, that is kind of set for disaster unless you're an extremely good player. You need to adjust it the way you play. You just play matches and see, okay, I notice this player makes those runs or stays in that position. Okay, maybe I should change the way the instructions are on that player. For example, if all 3 center mids are set to cover wing, I would prefer at least one of them to cover center, for example. So I think if you try a new formation, you need to start balanced like it is set up, and then play a match or two, see what works, see what doesn't work, and then do a few adjustments here and there on the players, and see how it works in the next matches, and then keep going, because it's going to take you 10-15 matches to kind of set it up the way it works for your style. So just need to be patient if you're going to try something new, at least.
Good ones. Chris, anything to add there?
No, really. I'm very much stick to the one formation at the moment. So
Meta
that's
player.
Yeah, very much. I can't remember what the formation is. The truth of the matter.
4-3-1-2, 4-3-2-1, probably, knowing you.
No, 2 up front. Definitely 2 up front. I don't know what it is. I can't remember. It was a long time ago, and I don't like changing it. The thing I'd like to see more in the game, and something I'd like to see, is attacking fullbacks. I think it feels it adds a lot to the game, and also I would be careful with the settings on the CDM, especially the higher rated ones. Maybe don't put any settings on them. Just leave them balanced and let the AI sort of move them about the place. I find that I've got team of year Rodri, and he always seems to be in a strange position, and I don't think I've quite got the settings right on him.
No, I think the fullbacks ones is a good remark. I think that's one that either makes your formation work. I don't like them on stay back, for example, except when I know a very good player, they are on stay back, whatever happens. But if you put them on join the attack, just know you'll be very open. I would always start them either balance or stay back to start off a new formation to try with. All the others won't break your gameplay, so to speak. I don't think, at least cover center or like cover wing, it's something you experience once playing, like Ingve says, just play 15 matches or 10 matches. You got a feeling if someone is not, if there are huge gaps and you try to figure those, you got to close those with those instructions. But the fullbacks don't start with join on attack on both of them, because they'll probably hurt and makes it a more frustrating experience. Doesn't mean it doesn't work, because I do think this year fullbacks are as good as they ever been. So they can definitely make a change, which is why I have one question for Ingve left. Should I go for Rolfo for over Cole, or should I just leave it?
If you should go for Rolfo
over Cole, Ashley Cole.
I would go with Rolfo, because she's versatile, forced to skill with 5-star weak foot as well. Very good work rates, and there's a really, really, really big chance she's gonna get a few more upgrades as well.
And she's still available this weekend, I think.
Yeah.
All right. I'm on it. Thank you, my friend. And thank you all, my friends, for listening to this episode. Of course, don't forget to check out the Macmillan cancer support link we put in the show description. We had an ad break for it, but hey, maybe you're one of our dear Patreons and you didn't hear the ad break. Donate. We'll draw a winner of a t-shirt on April 2nd, which made me think I'm also my birthday, so I shouldn't be thinking about that too hard. That's weird. So April 2nd, we'll do episode 600, and we'll give away the t-shirt, and we'll donate it all you put into the link directly into Macmillan. We'll tag them. We'll tag you if you leave us your message. We'll make sure that is all transparent. But we're all doing this for a cause, not only celebrating 600 episodes, but also celebrating foundations like Macmillan that support people in a really, really good way, and they can only be endorsed. So let's go for that. Tuesday, I think it's the return of Daniel, Shaq, and perhaps even Nathan again. And next Friday, and I think Ingve and myself will be there as well, and we'll see who's going to be there too. Check out the Patreon, of course. We have a free link. It's an updated link. Thank you for the comments, because apparently I posted a link that ran out. There's a new link in the description, so you can now safely join again. Say hi, introduce yourself, be part of this community. And if you're like on the hate train against my opinions, which is totally fine, just send them to futinreview@gmail.com instead of standing with pitchforks in front of my house. Thank you very much. Have a good weekend. Leaves us with one thing left for us to do, and that is to
drop it.
Drop it.
Drop it.
FUT. FUT. Interview. FUT.